She walked into that party with designer heels and a rented dress. She walked out 3 days later, barefoot, in a hospital gown with no memory of how she got there. But here's the part that still makes no sense. The billionaire who threw that party, he swore under oath that she never arrived. Security footage backed him up. Guest list confirmed it. Yet somehow, Chidinma Okonkwo woke up in a private ward of his personal hospital with his family crest tattooed on her left wrist. This is that story, and nothing about it is simple. Chidinma was 24 years old and already exhausted from pretending. Every morning, she woke up in a cramped single room in Yaba. Every night, she posted photos that made her look like she lived in Lekki Phase 1. Her Instagram bio said lifestyle influencer. Her bank account said something very different. She worked at a phone accessory shop in Computer Village. The pay was small, the hours were long. But every evening she transformed herself into someone else entirely. Borrowed clothes from friends, makeup tutorials she had mastered from YouTube, locations she would sneak into just long enough to take photos before security noticed. Her followers believed the fantasy. Brands were starting to notice. She was so close to making it real. All she needed was one break, one connection, one door to open. That door came in the form of an Instagram DM. It arrived on a Tuesday. The username was blank, just numbers and letters. The profile had no posts, no followers, no picture. The message was simple. You've been selected to attend the Midsummer Gala hosted by Chief Bartholomew Adeyemi this Saturday. Respond with your dress size and a car will be sent. Chidinma laughed when she first read it. Chief Bartholomew Adeyemi was oil money, old money, the kind of man whose name you heard whispered but whose face you never saw in public. His parties were legendary, but nobody she knew had actually been to one. She almost deleted the message. But something made her type back, size 8. The reply came instantly, a single word, perfect. The dress arrived on Friday. It came in a black box with no label. Inside, wrapped in tissue paper the color of champagne, was the most beautiful thing Chidinma had ever touched. Deep emerald green, silk that felt like water against her fingers. When she held it up to the light, tiny crystals caught the sun and scattered it across her walls like stars. There was a note tucked inside the box, handwritten, elegant script. Wear nothing else, no jewelry, no perfume, only this. Strange instructions, but Chidinma was too excited to question them. She tried the dress on 7 times that night. Each time she took photos, each time she deleted them. Something told her these photos were not for sharing. Saturday came slowly. At exactly 8 p.m., a black car pulled up outside her building. No plates, tinted windows so dark she couldn't see the driver even when she stood right beside the door. She got in anyway. The drive took 2 hours, maybe more. The windows stayed dark the entire time. She couldn't tell where they were going. When the car finally stopped and the door opened, Chidinma stepped out into a world she didn't recognize. The mansion rose from the darkness like something from a fever dream. White marble columns, fountains lit from beneath with blue fire. Music drifted from somewhere deep inside, not Nigerian music, not any music she could identify. It sounded old, almost ancient. Chidinma adjusted her dress and walked toward the entrance. A man in a white suit stood at the door. He didn't ask for her name, he didn't check a list. He simply looked at her dress and smiled. "She's here," he said into a small device on his wrist. The final one. Chidinma's stomach tightened. Final one? Before she could ask what that meant, the doors opened and the party swallowed her whole. The inside was even impossible than the outside. Chandeliers hung from ceilings so high they disappeared into shadow. The guests moved slowly, almost floating, their faces half hidden behind elaborate masks. No one spoke loudly. Everyone smiled. But something was wrong. Chidinma couldn't place it at first. Then she realized nobody was eating. Tables overflowed with food, but not a single guest touched it. Glasses of wine sat untouched, plates remained perfectly arranged, and Everyone was looking at her. Not obviously, not directly, but she felt it. Eyes tracking her movements from behind masks, whispers that stopped when she walked past, smiles that didn't reach the eyes. "You're nervous." The voice came from behind her, deep, warm, amused. Chidinma turned and found herself face to face with Chief Bartholomew Adeyemi himself. She recognized him from the one photo that existed online, but that photo didn't capture this. He was tall, impossibly handsome for a man who had to be in his 60s. His eyes were light brown, almost gold, and they held hers with an intensity that made her forget to breathe. "First time?" he asked. Chidinma nodded. Her voice had vanished. "Then let me show you something special." He extended his hand. She took it. His skin was cold. He led her through room after room, past galleries filled with art she didn't recognize, past doors that seemed to breathe when they walked by. Finally, they reached a small courtyard at the center of the mansion. In the middle stood a fountain, but instead of water, something dark flowed from it, something that moved against gravity, rising upward before falling back down. "Do you know why you are here?" Chief Adeyemi asked. Chidinma shook her head. "You were chosen," he said softly. "Not randomly. We've been watching you for months. The way you transform yourself, the way you make people believe in something that isn't real. That's a rare gift, Chidinma, a very rare gift." Her blood went cold. She had never told him her name. "How do you—" "We know everything," he interrupted. "Your real address, your real job, the money you owe, the dreams you pretend are already real." He stepped closer. "We can make them real, truly real, but there's a price. If you've ever been offered something that felt too good to be true and taken it anyway, then you already know where this is going. Stay with it. And if this is your first time on this channel, hit that subscribe button. There are more stories just like this waiting for you." "What price?" Chidinma asked. Chief Adeyemi smiled, but it wasn't a human smile. It was too wide, too many teeth. "1 year," he said. "You give us 1 year. In exchange, we give you everything you've ever wanted. Money, fame, influence, all of it. Real this time, not pretend. And after the year? After the year, you're free if you still want to be." Chidinma's mind raced. 1 year. It didn't seem like much, and everything she wanted, everything she had been faking and fighting for, could finally be hers. "What do I have to do during the year?" she pressed. "Nothing you haven't already been doing. Pretend, transform, make people believe. You'll just be doing it for us." He held out his hand again. This time, when Chidinma looked down, she saw something resting in his palm. A ring, simple gold, engraved with a symbol that matched the pattern on the fountain. "Put it on," he said, "and the deal is sealed." She thought about her tiny room in Yaba, the shop in Computer Village, the borrowed clothes and the lies she told every day. She thought about her mother, who believed she was succeeding, her friends who envied her fake life, the followers who thought she was living the dream. Chidinma took the ring. She slid it on her finger, and the world went black. When she woke up, she was lying in a bed that cost more than her entire year's salary. White sheets, silk pillows, sunlight streaming through windows that overlooked the Lagos Lagoon. For a moment, she thought it had all been a dream. Then she looked at her hand. The ring was still there, and on her left waist, a tattoo she had never seen before, a crest, the same symbol from the fountain, from the ring. Chidinma scrambled out of bed. She was in a penthouse apartment, her penthouse apartment. She knew this somehow, knew it deep in her bones, even though she had never been here before. The closet was full of clothes with her exact measurements. The bathroom had products with her name on them. Her phone sat on the nightstand. When she picked it up, she saw notifications, thousands of them. Her Instagram had exploded overnight. 500,000 new followers, brand deals filling her inbox, interview requests for magazines. It was everything she had ever wanted, and it terrified her. The first month was a dream. Everything Chief Adeyemi promised came true. Money appeared in her account, more than she could spend. Invitations arrived daily. Her phone never stopped ringing. She quit her job, paid off her debts, sent money to her mother without explaining where it came from. She was finally, truly, the person she had always pretended to be. But then the requests started. Small things at first. Attend this event, wear this dress, take a photo with this person. Simple enough. But then they got stranger. Deliver this package to this address. Don't open it. Don't ask what's inside. Record this video. Smile. Say exactly these words. Don't ask what they mean. Go to this hotel room. Wait. Someone will tell you what to do next. Each time she hesitated, her bank account would flicker, numbers dropping, rising, dropping again. A warning. Each time she obeyed, the money flowed. Chidinma told herself it was fine. She was just doing favors, playing a role, the same thing she had always done, just with bigger stakes. But the fourth month was when she saw the truth.
They sent her to a warehouse in Apapa. She was supposed to pick up a briefcase. Simple delivery. She had done it before. But this time, she arrived early, and through a gap in the rusted walls, she saw something that made her legs stop working. Bodies. 3 of them, lying on plastic sheets. Men in masks moving around them, not panicked, not rushed, calm, professional, like this was routine. And standing in the corner, watching it all, was Chief Adeyemi. He looked up. Their eyes met. Chidinma ran. She didn't know where she was going. She just ran through alleys, past shacks, into crowds that didn't know they were hiding her. Her phone buzzed in her pocket. She didn't answer. It buzzed again and again and again. Finally, she looked at the screen. The message was from a number she didn't recognize. You can't run. The ring knows where you are. Come back now, or your mother pays the price. Chidinma's hand went to her finger. The ring. She tried to pull it off. It wouldn't move. She twisted, pulled, even tried to bite it. Nothing. It was fused to her skin. And then, the pain started. It began in her wrist, where the tattoo was, a burning that spread up her arm, into her chest, behind her eyes. She collapsed on the street, screaming, but no sound came out. The last thing she saw before the darkness took her was a black car pulling up beside her. The same car that had brought her to the party. Pause. Think about this for 1 second. What would you have done differently? When did this go wrong for her? When she put on the ring or before? Drop your answer in the comments. If you're right, you've been watching too many of our videos, and we're not mad about it. Hit the like button and let's keep going. She woke up in the hospital. White walls, beeping machines, a nurse who wouldn't meet her eyes. She was wearing a hospital gown. Her feet were bare. The designer dress, the emerald green silk that had started everything, was gone. Erased, like it had never existed. Her Instagram followers vanished overnight. Her bank account returned to 0. Her mother stopped receiving money she couldn't explain. Everything went back to the way it was. Almost everything.
But the ring was still there. And so was the tattoo. A doctor came in. He didn't introduce himself. He simply sat down beside her bed and spoke in a voice that was almost gentle. You tried to leave, he said. That was a mistake. What is this? Chidinma's voice was raw. What did I agree to? You agreed to serve, the doctor said. for 1 year, in exchange for everything you wanted. You knew there would be a price. I didn't know the price was this. I didn't know you were killing people. The doctor tilted his head. We don't kill anyone, Chidinma. We simply replace them. The room went cold. What do you mean, replace? The doctor stood. He walked to the window and looked out at the Lagos skyline. Do you know how many influential people in this city are actually original? He smiled slightly. Fewer than you think. Some of them made deals like you. And some of them, well, their time ran out. Chidinma's mind went to the warehouse, the bodies, the calm men in masks. Those people I saw were being prepared, the doctor finished. New vessels, for new purposes. The chief is very old, Chidinma, older than you can imagine, and he needs hosts. People who know how to become someone else. People who can make others believe in something that isn't real. The truth crashed into her like a wave. She hadn't been recruited to be an influencer. She had been recruited to be a body. 3 days. That's how long she had been missing. When the police finally found her, wandering barefoot near the third mainland bridge, she couldn't explain where she had been. She couldn't explain the tattoo. She couldn't explain anything. The billionaire's lawyers were very helpful. They produced security footage showing she never entered the mansion. Guest lists confirmed she was never invited. The dress, the car, the penthouse apartment, all of it was gone. Erased, like it had never existed. Her Instagram followers vanished overnight. Her bank account returned to zero. Her mother stopped receiving money she couldn't explain. Everything went back to the way it was. Almost everything. The ring stayed. She tried everything to remove it. Doctors, jewelers, even a herbalist her mother recommended. Nothing worked. The ring stayed fused to her finger, and sometimes, late at night, she could feel it pulse, like a heartbeat that wasn't her own. Chidinma moved back to Yaba. She got her old job back at the phone shop. She stopped posting on Instagram. She stopped pretending. People asked what happened. She couldn't tell them. Who would believe her? But here's the thing that keeps her awake at night. She still has 4 months left. The deal was for 1 year. She served 8 months before she ran. That means somewhere, somehow, she still owes Chief Adeyemi 4 months of service. And the ring hasn't stopped pulsing. She sees black cars everywhere now, parked on corners, waiting outside her building, following her home from work. They haven't come for her yet, but she knows they will. Last week, Chidinma received a package. No return address, no note inside, just a dress.
It can't be.
Deep emerald green, silk that feels like water, tiny crystals that catch the light and scatter it like stars. The exact same dress from that night. She burned it. The next morning, it was hanging in her closet, unworn, unburned, perfect. That's when she understood. You can't break a deal with Chief Adeyemi. You can only delay it, run from it, pretend it isn't coming. But eventually, everyone returns to the party. Chidinma doesn't know when they'll come for her. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next month, maybe on the exact day her debt comes due. But she knows what will happen when they do. They'll put her in that dress. They'll drive her in that black car. They'll bring her back to the mansion with the white marble columns and the fountain that flows upward. And this time, she won't wake up in a hospital. This time, she won't wake up at all. Not as herself, anyway. Someone else will wake up wearing her face, smiling her smile, living her life, the life she always wanted, the life she finally had, the life she sold without understanding the cost. And the world won't know the difference. Because Chidinma was very good at making people believe in something that isn't real. She just never imagined she would become the lie herself. There's a lesson here, but Chidinma doesn't like to think about it, doesn't like to say it out loud. So let me say it for her. Not every door that opens is meant for you. Some invitations aren't opportunities, they're traps dressed in silk and champagne. And the people who offer you everything you want, they always want something back, something you might not be able to give. Chidinma wanted the Lekki life, the influencer dream, the big house and the bigger bank account. She got it. And now, she can never take it off. The ring pulses as you read this. She can feel it, even now, beating, waiting, counting down. Somewhere in Lagos, a black car is starting its engine. Somewhere in Lagos, a dress is waiting to be worn. Somewhere in Lagos, a girl who wanted everything is about to pay the final price. Some doors should stay closed. She opened hers, and she never came back the same.